many of us know that one of the small joys, the small victories that the Republicans have, and especially our dear friend Grant Stinchfield is to shit on the United States anytime they can. Take a win for the United States and turn it into a loss. Explain how the U.S. is being destroyed by anything that actually makes it work or helps or improves it in any way, especially if the other side did it. But in general, Stinchfield cannot pass up an opportunity to shit on the country. And this one's called Grant Stinchfield. Americans are the losers in all of this. And he's on the John Bachman show. So this is Grant on break from his own show, being on another Newsmax show. These guys interview each other almost as much as Fox News hosts do. You can't send stars, Sue? I'm sorry. You can always use the Venmo. I can't tell you what's up with Facebook. It's been very weird today. But thank you for even trying.
Tell you something. He never would have had to been in this position to go 8.5 hours. Now, it's impressive to talk for 8.5 hours. I'm not even sure even I could do that. It's a long time. But
well, yeah, you can. You can just bullshit. You can bullshit for 8 hours. You've done it before. Just take all your shows for the last couple weeks and just stack them together and go, yeah, I could do that.
Never had to be in this position. He couldn't even take 8 seconds to reprimand the 13 Republican defectors that teed this up for the Democrats that voted for the infrastructure.
I know, it's crazy. Like, he talked for 8 hours and he didn't take 8 seconds to shit on the people who voted for the bill that he's not actually talking about, that already passed and got signed into law, and it doesn't fucking matter. No? For fear that he might drive them to vote for this one too?
Bill. He couldn't even get control of his own party. Now he wants to look like some kind of hero, so what's the big deal? So they didn't vote it at 11 o'clock at night. Instead, they voted it at 10 o'clock in the morning. Democrats get what they wanted. Is this supposed to make us believe that somehow they were putting up a fight? This is the problem with Republicans when it comes to fighting. They want a smoke and mirrors show instead of a real fight. This needed to happen last week, not now. So I'm not applauding him. I'm not giving him a big thumbs up. You know what? You lost. You lost big time. Americans are the big losers in all of this, and we can thank Kevin McCarthy and those 13 feckless Republicans that voted for infrastructure.
I think that's the longest I've ever gone without interrupting Stinchfield, just because that's the biggest run of shitting on Republicans he's ever done. And I, honest to God, I mean, come on, give it up for Grant Stinchfield shitting the GOP bed in front of everyone. That's right. Yeah, remind everybody that they're losers, they're feckless, they're weak, they only fake fight, they're not on your side. They're enemy. I'd say, why not throw about like traitors or something like that? You know what I mean? How about that? Of course, there is one small detail, Stinchfield, and that is you've been supporting them this entire time. Yeah, so it's kind of I don't know. It's sort of like a back and forth. You know what I mean? I don't know how it's got to be, like it's one thing to attack them, but it's hard for us to take it seriously when you've been unhinging your jaw to cradle their nuts forever.
All right. Now we know how you stand on the issue. It is interesting, too. Look, I watch this stuff from afar. I know you do as well when, there's this kind of, nice work. You delayed the vote a few hours. Yeah. Or, more ridiculous, to see the Democrats, they actually accomplished something today. They still got a lot of work to do, too, as well. And I think for most of America, this looks just so bizarre. All the, self-congratulations and patting on the back, they haven't done anything. I mean, the government continues to get bigger. Nothing. Our rights continue to get trampled on. The debt continues to get bigger as well. What are they so happy about?
What are they so happy about? What did they do? They passed both bills. One's already been signed into law. The other one will go through the Senate process and probably get signed into law in one form or another before the end of the year. What else else do they have to be? Oh, we're not in Afghanistan anymore. Oh, and there's a big bunch of infrastructure that's being built based on the rescue package too. I can't imagine. I don't know. You'll tell me.
Yeah, I mean, well, who are you talking about, Republicans or Democrats?
Anyone
because I'm sure there's a lot of patting on the back. Oh, way to go, Kevin McCarthy. You know, it's like a quarterback who throws 4 touchdown passes during a game, but they still lose, and somehow he thinks he had a great game. Like, you lost.
Right.
And so Democrats, they're patting themselves on the back as the country goes to hell in a handbasket. And so I don't know what they think. So this is the one place, I think, that Americans can get on board with. It's called politics as usual. I would hope that even Democrats are as fed up as Republicans are with this uniparty in Washington that operates as one giant behemoth that is constantly sticking it to the American people. Nothing's getting done. I said today on my radio show this morning, I said Joe Biden's approval rating is like a third.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to tell us. It was great. I mean, we all listened. You guys all listened to Stanks, right?
8% now. It is so low. If I was president of the United States, I could have an approval rating of like 98%. You have all of the tools at your disposal to make everyone's lives better. Instead, what is Joe Biden?
I'm sorry, make everyone's what's better? Hang on. Because I think Stanchfield just had a TMI moment.
Tools at your disposal to make everyone's lives better. Instead, what is all of the tools at your disposal to make everyone's lives better? Instead, what is
it was there was a W that beat that L out of his mouth. Lives matter.
Joe Biden do? He's made everyone's lives worse. And he can thank his Democrats for that as well. They're right on board with it. It would be so easy to improve life in America, yet Joe Biden uses all the tools at his disposal to destroy it.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at this Axios story here. It says that Rick Scott is talking about top party donors being furious with the number of Republicans, including Minority Leader Mitch McConnell in the Senate, who voted for the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Quote, the donors complained to Scott that it was foolish for any member of their party to help deliver a win to President Biden. And it sounds like for once, Grant, that the base and the donor class of the Republican Party are on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a long time, John, you're absolutely right. The donor class and the base, what I still call the Tea Party faction, which has now become the America First Trump Republican faction of the party, maybe here.
I think Tea Party worked. It was tighter. I'm just saying.
Starting to find some common ground. But the people we need to find common ground with are our elected leaders in Washington that are not fighting at all.
No,
they should be on the steps of the Capitol holding news conferences every day, not just about the spending, but about the persecution of political prisoners when we go to January 6th as well. All of this, they need to.
The persecution of political prisoners.
Out there fighting, and they're not. And I think it's so disappointing. What happened? President Trump taught them how to fight. For 4 years, we started to see signs of Republicans with a backbone. The moment President...
Yeah, well, apparently their backbone was too weak to lift any infrastructure onto it.
...leaves office, they all turn into amoebas. It's disgusting to me.
Oh, yeah, just...
Let me tell you something.
I mean,
let me
tell you something. Oh, my God.